going to show you 3 essential Spanish guitar chords so that you can play exotic Spanish guitar right after watching this video. Let's do this. Hi there, I'm Tomas Michaud from Real Guitar Success, where I help you learn guitar and unleash that musician within. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe and click that bell so I can get you some more great guitar lessons and tutorials. These 3 chords each have a certain amount of dissonance in the chord that makes it sound somewhat exotic, and they're commonly used in Spanish guitar. So I'm going to show you in no particular order right now, and then I'll go back and show you how you can put them together and make something that fits together. Let's get going. Look at my left hand. The first chord is called an F major 7 sharp 11. Please don't worry about the names. It's really not that important. As a matter of fact, sometimes I just call it the F chord thing. Here's what it sounds like. Pretty exotic, huh? Now, it may look complicated at first, but it's actually not that difficult. It's easier than a bar chord because you're not actually making a bar. It looks like an E chord moved up 1 fret, and then the first finger brought over to the 6th string 1st fret. That high string is actually open, the high E. So let's finger it 1 finger at a time. I'll start off by fingering the 1st fret on the 6th string, that's the low E string. Now I'm going to put my 3rd and pinky together on the 5th string, 3rd fret, and the 4th string, 3rd fret. It's easier to think of them as going down together than putting one at a time. Now that second finger is going to go on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. There, got it. That's the chord. Go ahead and place your fingers, take them off, shake it out, and do it a few times until all the strings sound clearly. Now part of the trick, of course, is making enough of an arc so that this hand doesn't actually touch the 1st string because you want it to ring, or the 2nd string for that matter. They're both ringing. And that's what makes that exotic sound. By itself, it might sound tense, but you'll see when you put it with other chords, it fits. On to the 2nd chord. Now the 2nd chord is actually a little easier to finger. It looks like a kind of a G chord, but we're going to call it E minor 7 slash G. The slash G means there's a G note in the bass, and that's the 6th string, 3rd fret. I'm making it by putting my 3rd finger on the 3rd fret, 6th string, skipping the 5th string. My 2nd finger is on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, and then I'm skipping the 3rd string again, and my pinky's on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. And the high E is open. I'm not actually playing that 5th string. You see, my 3rd finger is angling slightly and touching it, so even if I hit it, it just deads out. So the chord sounds like that. Pretty chord. Let's finger it again. 3rd finger, 3rd fret, 6th string, skip the 5th string, 2nd finger down on the 4th string, 2nd fret, skip the 3rd string, 2nd string, pinky down, 3rd fret, there, got it. Hard to see from up here. And then open E. And again, you do need to angle your fingers. In other words, they go up and down. If your hand is too flat, they're going to touch and deaden out. Might take a little practice. And a good way to practice to start off with is just take your hand off, finger the chord, strum it a few times, see what you need to do to get the strings to sound, and then take it off, no more than 10 seconds. You don't want to get too much tension built in. That's why you should take it off and shake your hands. On to the 3rd chord. Now the 3rd chord has a little bit of a stretch. It looks like this. Ah, beautiful. Now this is called an A minor 9. This would be an A minor 7 without the pinky, and the pinky is playing the 9th of the chord. So I know it's a little bit of a stretch, and it might take some practice to get the pinky in the right place. You might want to start with just the A minor 7, and then little by little add the pinky in there. So let's finger that chord. We're going to put the 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string. That's the 4th string. What am I talking about? Now we'll skip the 3rd string, and the 2nd string, I'm putting my 1st finger down on the 1st fret. And we've got an open E string. So now we're going to take that pinky and fill in the gap between the 4th and the 2nd string on the 3rd string, 4th fret, and that's the stretch. Now remember, you do need to have enough of an angle in your pinky so that it's not touching the other strings. And that might be where the trick is. A lot of people can stretch there, but their fingers are so flattened out it deadens the other strings. you're going to have your hand fairly flush. This won't work, angled this way, because the pinky won't stretch over far enough, or at least not with enough of an angle. So my hand's pretty well up and down. And I have my thumb directly behind the neck of the guitar. I'm not doing any of this thumb over. That you just don't have the stretch when you do that. A minor 9. Now that you have the 3 chord fingerings, let me show you a good way to practice it. Start off with the A minor 9, or if you're just starting out, you might want to start with the A minor 7 and add the pinky as you progress. Then move the 3rd finger over to the E minor 7 / G. Remember the /G is the G note in the bass. That's a 6th string. Put the pinky down on the 4th, 3rd fret, 2nd string. Take the 1st finger off. You don't need it. It doesn't sound. And that's E minor 7 / G. And then go to the F from there. Now you put the 1st finger down and form the rest of the F chord. So together it sounds like this. A minor 9 to the E minor 7. See, it wasn't too much movement there. I left the 2nd finger where it is. Now I put the 1st finger down and move them over. And then again. And with a little strumming. This lesson is part of a playlist called Spanish Flamenco Guitar. If you want to learn more Spanish flamenco guitar lessons, make sure and subscribe and click the bell so I can let you know when I make more videos in the playlist. If I've already made the tutorials live by the time you've gotten here, I'll make sure and put a link, a card in the upper corner, one of these corners, and you can click on there, it'll get you to the playlist, and then you can go down and choose the subject that you want to learn, having to do with flamenco guitar and Spanish guitar chords and strums and many other things. I think if you're interested in this, you'll love it. Thanks for joining me today. Please leave me a comment and let me know if this video helped you. And also, let me know if there's some other subjects that you'd like to learn. I'd really love to know what other videos that I can make to help you out. Take care for now.